All right, good morning. Welcome to Co-Opie Talk. I'm Jeff Levin. I'm the founder of the Co-op Network, and we're having a fantastic Tuesday morning. How's your Tuesday morning going? Let us know right there on the comments in Facebook, preferably, so that we can get everybody jazzed up and ready to go for today. If you are not fired up in your business, why would anybody else be, right? So today's the day to get fired up, get excited about what's to come, and just know that when you're out there serving others, you'll be blessed tenfold. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. That's what led us to this point. That's what put us in a position to succeed. And it's my mission to put everybody in that position, because I believe that when you lead with a mission much greater than yourself and much greater than your business, good things follow. Great things follow. You get help from people. Today's a great example. We have probably 15, 16, 17 people coming today to the Compass Church, the Compass Cafe in Naperville. I look like I'm glowing. It was sunny for one day, right? Is that better? Yeah, to the Compass Cafe in Naperville to formulate committees that will not only take the co-op to the next level, but also help us achieve a goal that is about 90% higher than we set last year, which is to raise $100,000 for the Co-op Church Benevolence Fund. And if you're not familiar with what that is, I wasn't either until about a few months ago. And basically what the Benevolence Fund does is it helps people stay on their feet. You know, I don't know if you guys know anybody that's experienced financial hardship. I personally have experienced financial hardship, and it would have been great to have somebody, you know, something to fall back on. And you know, years ago, Lisa and I had to file bankruptcy back in 2008, you know, due to the crash, and it was a difficult task that only God could help us get through. And there wasn't any financial assistance that could help us. We just had to kind of stomach through it, and thankfully, you know, we had God there to walk side by side with us. But there's many people that don't have anything, and those are the people we read about in the obituaries, and the people that are just down and out. They're homeless. They're people that just give up, right? And you know, I don't want to see anybody give up ever in their lives. There's always a chance. You just need to take one more step. And you know, and I feel like we've been blessed in the area of business and in the area of ministry, and that's why Compass Church has said, Co-op, come and help the people of our community. And so I responded, and so we put a goal out there of $100,000 to contribute. Last year, in total, they contributed $250,000 as a fund to people that were in need. And so I said, let's become the largest donor. We have 3,000 people over the Chicagoland area that could potentially contribute in one way, shape, or form. And so I figured to hit $100,000 shouldn't be astronomical, considering that most companies are making over that. So, you know, if everybody just contributed a little bit, like we are, you know, we'll be able to hit our goals. And so we've made that commitment. We're giving 10% of everything we make through everything we do. And just by announcing it in early January at the event, right, January 6th, we've already gotten so many people respond saying, why don't we do this? Or I can do this, you know, and so many people are coming to the table and saying, I have ways to help. And including us. So we've already contributed over $1,200, not thousand. I wish it was 1,200,000 to the fund, just from earnings from our own business. And mind you, by announcing that, our business doubled in terms of sales. It doubled. We've had a fantastic month in terms of sales that has literally kept us chugging. No time to celebrate, you know, it's just another month in the grind, but you know, we've had our best month ever starting off in January, and I believe it's because we put this goal out there, and we're doing it for God. When you work for God, he blesses you. If you'd like to know more about that, just let me know. But yeah, doing business for more than yourself, and more than your family, more about the overarching community of people that need the skills and the gifts that you have, is what will take you and elevate you to the levels that you need to go to. If you're not on a mission for something great, this whole business thing is a long haul. It's a difficult effort. It's something that's not for the faint heart, right? I mean, you're going to go through dips, you're going to go through peaks and valleys and lefts and rights and all over the place. And without a strong vision or mission, I mean, it's easy to give up, right? So I encourage you to take a step back today and try to figure out what do I care about the most? What drives me insane right now? It's usually what that is. So whatever it drives you insane, and you feel like if you were in charge of that, you would make a huge difference, or you have the ability to pull the right people together to make a huge difference. And think about it, if you actually took a role, if you took the lead in that area and you led with it, so that when you met with people, instead of saying, I'm Jeff and I'm with, whatever, I'm with the Co-op network, I'm Jeff and I'm here and I'm trying to keep people from giving up. And here's how I'm doing it. Or hi, I'm such and such. I'm a bookkeeper, but my goal is to generate 10,000 clean plots in the area to raise plants, organic plants and food, so that people, even the less fortunate, can eat, good food. People will say, what? How do I'm passionate about that too. How do I get involved? What can I do to let us set aside a plot? And, by the way, I need bookkeeping services too. Your business will skyrocket when you start focusing on what really matters. And you're all community leaders. Every business owner is a community leader. The only problem is you may not realize that. And some people do realize that and they still don't take responsibility. Community leaders, because your goal is to employ and grow and serve the communities that you operate within. If you want to see the opposite result of that, look at corporate and look what happened to just the city of Chicago. Look what happened when the factories moved. Look what happened when the factories laid off. I mean, this was an industrial city, right? I mean, it's got some industry, but not as much, right? What happened to those towns when the companies moved away? People didn't have anywhere to work. They didn't have something that was driving them personally anymore. They had no sense of accomplishment or purpose. They had a huge impact on their community as a result of making a decision to make a couple more bucks, right? Making a couple more bucks. So they ignored their community leadership position. That's the long-term effects of what being irresponsible in business looks like, okay? I mean, I've spent time in corporate America. And, I told you I filed bankruptcy. I went back to work and I spent 5 years in corporate America. I was in top corporates. I was at the director level in a Fortune 20 company. And I got, it's the same way there. When you look at the government, you look at corporate America, it's all the same. And they all step on top of their people to get what they want. It's not, we don't lift our people. We don't promote our people and get promoted. We step on them. They're like steps. They're like stair steps to get to the next level. That's not how it works. That's not how life works. And if we set the right example from a leadership standpoint, guess what happens? Everything else follows suit. So I encourage you and I challenge you to become a leader of your community today. As I said, my mission is to put you on a mission. I'm going to show you guys what leading with a mission is all about in 2017. And as a result, we'll do a case study as we go along. And as a result of setting this $100,000 goal for the Benevolence Fund, you're going to see the Co-op network and everything that Jeff Levin does grow exponentially as well. And hopefully you'll see that and say, I want to do that. Okay? And you're going to help me from that point. You're going to help me. You're going to help me spread this message about leading with your mission. I'm going to have a book. My book's going to come out. At that time, it's been waiting to come out. I haven't put it out because it's not ready. But you're going to help me push that out. You're going to help me get on stages that will influence people. And you're going to be excited to do it because I'm going to have you right next to me because you've done it too. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So lead with your mission and your business will follow. Remember that. Lead with your mission and your business will follow. I will say it a million times. I say it every time I'm in front of people on stage. Your business will follow because you get people that come out of the woodwork to help you. It's insane. As soon as I mentioned it on January 6th, I had 10 people come up to me and say, I know a way that I can do this. I know a way that I can help you here. We've raised so much money and oh, by the way, I want to be a sponsor of your organization because you're about more than just about business. You're more than what I see all around me. That's what you'll hear as well when you do the same thing. Today's missions, we focus on missions on Tuesdays. Throughout the year, we'll be bringing people on that are leading with their mission on Tuesday. And I encourage you, if you sit down with me, so as a sponsor, when you're a new sponsor, you get to sit down with me and we'll go through and we'll hash out exactly what this means and what it is for you. It takes 15 minutes to connect the dots. And after 15 minutes, you'll be on a path that you've never been on before. So I encourage you to become a sponsor. If you're not a sponsor, we'll go ahead and post the sponsorship link, or just go to our website, coadvertisingnetwork.com, and click on Become a Sponsor. You can become one for $97 or $9.99. If you're a leader, you should be a platinum. That's the $9.99. We have many, many platinums. Those are the people that dig in the most, and those are the people that benefit the most. People ask me, well, Jeff, what do I get for being a sponsor? And we called them sponsors, not members, on purpose, because they're sponsoring the movement. They're sponsoring the efforts to push this out. So what you're getting is you're getting to push this out that will impact the foundation and the fabric of this country in a positive way. That's what you get. You get to be a contributor. And as a result, you have perks. Like, I give you perks for doing that. I reward people that invest in us most. Do you have to take it? No, you don't have to take it, but it's there. I hope that you're becoming a sponsor for the right reasons, because inside the forum, what are we saying? The more you help others, the more you grow. Well, that's the ultimate way of helping the Co-op Network and those in the Co-op Network, is by supporting our team and our leadership in creating platforms to push that message out further and further. And we appreciate you greatly, trust me. But there's great perks. You get, vendor tables. You get in free to the events all across Chicago. We got Chicago opening up in April, and we've got Naperville events. We're going to have, probably 12, 13 events going on this year, which will be awesome. Next year, even more when Northwest Indiana, gets off the ground. And hopefully we'll be in other cities too by then. But, Platinums get a traveling pass, and, they get opportunities that other people don't get. I heard a comment yesterday that certain people get more exposure than others in the co-op. And I got news for you. That's true. And the reason why it's true is because they stepped up and did something. They stepped up and took action and said, I want to help. I want to do this. I've got a great idea. I've got these skills. How can I apply them here? They stepped up, took action, and they get rewarded. And that's the community that we're creating here. You only get rewarded when you take action. So if you're going to sit on the sidelines and wait for somebody to drag you along and say, come over here so I can promote you and then I can do everything for you, and that's not how this works. We're here to create leaders. And not once have I ever been told to do what I knew I had to do. Never. I was always leading in that manner. Because when you lead, the view is so much brighter in front, right? You're not staring at people's backsides. You're creating the path. They're staring at your backside. And you get so many more opportunities as a result. It's opportunity heaven. And so what we're trying to do is stir you up enough so those people that are saying that, I'm stirring you up on purpose. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm trying to get you guys motivated to do exactly what the people that are getting the exposure and getting the notoriety are already doing. They're stepping up. They're seeing an opportunity. They say, here's my skills. Here's the opportunity that I see. Here's the hole that needs to be plugged. I'm going to come and fill it. That's what they're doing. And I'm saying yes. I say yes every single time to people like that. I never say no, because I know that they care, and I know they want to do a great job, and there's a lot of motivation for them. So I give it to them, and they excel, and it's awesome. So, if you're not finding ways to plug holes, and it doesn't matter if it's in a co-op, it's in your community, it's in if you're in an organization, it's in your organization. You need to plug the holes that are there. That's why you've been put there. Don't wait for somebody to tell you to do it. Find the opportunity and go get it. It doesn't matter. There's entrepreneurial skills inside corporations and outside corporations, and entrepreneurs are opportunists. They see the opportunity and they capitalize on it. So find what your gifts are and figure out how to plug those holes in the co-op that you're seeing. Don't complain about it. Don't gossip. And we don't gossip breeds gossip. It's not accepted around this environment. It's just not accepted. If you have a problem, go to the person that you have a problem with. So if the problem is with the organization, go to the organization and say, look, I'm noticing this. And what I'll say is, well, how do you fix it? So when you bring problems, always have a solution. This is the characteristic of a leader. Always bring solutions with your problems. Don't bring people problems, dump it on a table, and leave it there for somebody else to fix just because you're paying for it. You know, this is an organization. This is an opportunity for you guys to thrive within. Okay, it's a team. So teams, even though you pay, you know, teams find opportunities to make it better. And you get rewarded for that. You get put on stage. You get to be the person that says, I fixed it. You get notoriety in front of hundreds of people, which means that people are going to want to be around you, which means you're going to excel because they want to be with the leaders. They don't want to be with the people that are sitting in the back of the room doing the same thing that the leaders are doing on stage. Nobody wants to do that. So make today the day you step forward, draw the line in the sand, step above the line. No more gossip, no more blame, no more excuses. If there's a problem, how can you solve it? And then check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
I came for the best part of that, apparently.
Yeah, awesome.
Good morning, everyone.
Couldn't resist. So, yeah, so that's my story. That's my speech today. Lead with your mission. Your business will follow. There will be a case study on how this works this year. And I promise you, you're going to want to do it. You might as well just do it now. Okay, and if you're stuck and you really, really want to do this and you get it, you know, message me, message Lisa, get on my calendar, and I'll help you figure it out real quick. And then I'll also plug you in somewhere to help drive whatever your passion is to make the co-op better as well. So it's going to be a win-win. A couple things are before we bring our guests on. The live event, March 10th. Is now. You should have gotten emails today. I think the first email might have had the wrong, unfortunately, might have had the wrong date in it. But there's 2 emails that should have gone out today. And the second one has the right registration link and date. The date is March 10th. The registration link is coopratizing.network.com/Naperville events. And you'll see, you know, we've revamped the page so it looks cute. And you know, you'll see everything about Laurel Langmeyer. I will tell you that this place will sell out fast. You're going to want to bring your guests. You're going to want to get your guests signed up as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last minute because they won't get in. You know, we've got to. It's not very often that you bring in someone that that has the influence that she's had. She's been on all the major shows, every network you can imagine. She will be a judge on Shark Tank very soon. They're just working out the deal right now. There's a reason why, and I've seen her speak before, and she's impactful. She will move you, and she's all about getting down to business and making things happen quickly. She's made millionaires in 9 months, and you know, as you know, we think that you should make money and put it to good use, right? So you know, make money to serve your community. And she does that. She's great, you know, with identifying strategies to do that. So get your tickets early. If you're a sponsor, get your guests involved early, or we're gonna miss out. You know, and I don't want you guys to miss out on this one. We have incentives for those of you who are sponsors. We're having a little contest. So the top 5 sponsors that bring guests. So that means we're gonna tally at the door. People that attend, not the people that sign up guests, people that attend. So we're going to tally at the door who brought the most guests. And the people that brought the most guests will get the referral bombs at the event. And if you haven't seen a referral bomb, it's pretty cool. You know, we give you 30 seconds. So you explain what your business is, what you're offering, or what you need. And we give you 30 seconds to go run around the room and capture all the business cards that are interested in whatever that is, right? And I've seen people walk away with 60, 70 business cards from doing that in 30 seconds. People are flocking to try and help them, right? It's pretty cool. So we're going to give 5 of those opportunities away to the top 5 guest inviters. So get out there and invite your guests. Make sure they say that you invited them, and you know, especially at the door. That's where we're going to ask you. And you could be one of the people that are selected. You won't know until it happens. The other thing is, so that is for the top 5. The top 2 actually get a 2-minute commercial on stage. So top 2 guest bringers.
You're giving them 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Holy
2 minutes
cow,
on
you
stage.
guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, 2 minutes on stage, top 2.
2 minutes on stage. No, that's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time.
People are like nervous about doing 30 seconds.
Well, I'll make it easy for you. 2 minutes is easy. So if you can't get it, yeah, we'll get it out. And then also there's a choice. I'm giving you choices. I'm willing to give, for every guest that attends, I'm willing to give you a session with me. It'll be a short one, but I'm willing to give you a session with me. So if you're somebody that really needs help, but you can't afford paying, the $250 or $350 a session that I charge, that's fine. Then bring guests to our events. That's all. Just bring guests and I'll spend time with you guys. That's how important it is. We realize that the only way to grow is to grow through the people that value the co-op the most. And for those of you who bring guests, you're the ones that value the co-op the most. And I want to reward you. So every guest does that. And plus, when they become a sponsor, guess what happens? You get a free month of your sponsorship. So do the math. You bring 12 guests throughout the year, you don't pay for sponsorship next year. That's how it works. So why wouldn't you do that? And we make out like a bandit too, right? Because we, for one sponsor, we get 12. Do the math. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? Would you pay if you had to give up, $3.99 to make, what is that? Do the math. 8,000 or something. You would do it every time, right?
You're quick at math.
Yeah. So, and for those of you who are fact checking, it may not be right. But I think it is.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of incentive to get your guests on board. It's going to be the most exciting event we've ever done. We're going to flip it around a little bit. And, for those of you who love Shark Tank and love people like Laura Langmeyer, you're going to have a great opportunity. So don't miss out. We'll put the registration link in here. It's coopratizingNetwork.com/Naperville events. Make sure you get your tickets. If you're a sponsor, you're going to have to look in your email to get your VIP codes to knock that price down from $49 to free. We'll see how this one goes. We might have to raise the prices next time. We're thinking about actually doubling our prices to get in, based on experience, because it's valuable. And, if we could fill this place up at 49, then good, we're going to keep it. But if it's painful, then we're going to raise our prices again, because it's so extremely valuable. Okay. So make sure you guys get your guests involved, and let's have some fun on March 10th. And pretty soon we'll be rolling out what's happening in Chicago and when and where. We're not doing a private mastermind before this event because we are going to do something special in April and do a private mastermind, but it's going to be in Chicago. So sorry, we're not doing a mastermind this time, but we're going to do one the next time. All righty. So we've got a couple guests. Are these our guests? We're going to bring our guests on right now, and we'll talk a little bit to our guests. We're going to have to end about 10 minutes early today.
Okay.
So we've only got a few minutes here.
There we go.
So we got.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Good. Glad you could join us this morning.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, very good. Well, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
So my name is Liz Canino Baker, and I am the president of a nonprofit organization called Latinas on the Plaza, where I love what you were saying about knowing your mission. So our mission is to help women understand that they already have the power that they need to be leaders. So everything that we do is to bring courage and confidence to women so that they can show up powerfully at work, at home, and in the communities that they serve.
You mean they already have the power?
It's
They
amazing.
already
Crazy.
Already have
Isn't that
it, right?
nuts? That's nuts.
It's funny
Well,
how
they're
many-
already running their households. They're already taking care of their children. They're running the financial budgets in the home. Those are all transferable skills to the workplace. They just don't see it that way.
No, because they don't get paid for it, right?
Right.
Right. Exactly right.
But it's worthwhile. Definitely worthwhile. That's awesome. Yeah. So if you're listening, there you have the answer. You already got the power. So once they know that, we're like screaming that every day. You know, you're not broken. You're fixed. It's there. Now what do we do about it? Like say so they know that. Now, how does your organization support that?
So we have two programs. We tailor our programs to two different audiences. One is the young woman of color between the age of 24 through 30. We run her through a 10-week boot camp because it takes time for her to believe that she has the power. So we do a 10-week boot camp where we provide them with critical success skills. We wrap them with a mentor as well as coaching during those 10 weeks. And we challenge her also to do a project where she demonstrates confidence at the end of the 10 weeks. The other program is for the woman of color that is 30 years old and above. She's already in the workplace, but she's gotten stuck and she needs that additional push, those additional leadership competencies to move her to the next level in her career. So we offer a leadership and philanthropy program that lasts 6 months, where we develop her on a monthly basis. Again, a lot of coaching, a lot of core competency workshops, a lot of self-assessments, just a continued support for 6 months.
Excellent. So what's the biggest, where do you find most of the women sitting when they come into your program?
I think the most obvious challenge that I see immediately, it's almost quite predictable, is the lack of confidence. And it could be, sometimes it is a cultural attribute, such as not speaking up, like showing up at work and not being visible, or being in meetings and not contributing because they're waiting for somebody else to bring the ideas to the forefront, when they know the ideas that need to be placed on the table, but they lack the confidence to really express those ideas, and then they're seen as basically being invisible. And so it's my role to really show them that they can do it, that they just need to start speaking up. And sometimes it's just baby steps. Sometimes the challenge to the women is, the next meeting that you go to, I want you to say something. And the more you do it, eventually they're really confident, the same way I was in that same position. So I can relate completely to what I'm trying to teach them.
Yeah, and that's very important too.
Right.
That's very important. I mean, do you have a story that backs, what you're going through right now?
Yeah. So I can think, I was a banker for 28 years, and I made it all the way to be a vice president. But I used to, back then, there were very few women in the banking industry, and there were very few Hispanic women in in meetings. So I would go to these meetings, and the room was full of men. So I lacked confidence. I was completely intimidated. And I would sit there and I wouldn't say a word. And it wasn't until one of my boss's boss challenged me, and she said, "Why are you in the meeting? If you're not contributing, you shouldn't be in the meeting." And of course I got mad. At first I got really mad at her, saying, "Who are you to challenge me?" But when I looked at the situation, and I thought, she's right. I really shouldn't be in the meeting if I'm not saying anything. So I need to start speaking up. And from that day forward, I decided every time I go to a meeting, I'm going to contribute. And that really changed my whole leadership capabilities. It changed my level of confidence. And so that's what I'm really trying to get women to do, because that's the immediate challenge that I see in the women that I serve.
That's interesting. And I can see that. So you focus mainly on, is it more Hispanic, or is it, are you looking at it from a cultural standpoint? Because I can see that being cultural as well.
Yeah, so Latinas on the Plaza, which was originally designed to serve Hispanic women in the Chicagoland area. But as I've been able to provide some of my programming, and I've seen other women of color, I realized that I need to expand it because it's not only the Hispanic woman that has that challenge. Some of the African American women, also a surprise to me, the Indian women here in the Chicagoland area said we need what they're getting. So, so that's why we're expanding it to be women of color that need to learn how to take that power that they already have and start applying it in the workplace and in other areas of their lives.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think even white women need that as well. I think women in general. Right?
I think women in general, absolutely, absolutely.
Men too.
Yeah, men too. So. Men need it as well because we need to build up our men too.
Yeah, so definitely men too. That's excellent, and I love hearing stories about people that that have been through challenges and they break through and they say, I want to go help other people because that's what life is all about. And you took a situation that you thrived through. It was probably uncomfortable for a little bit, but you came out on the other end and you're like, wow, it's kind of empowering to be in this position. Let me figure out how I can help more people like this. And I truly believe that when you do that, you're connected with what your purpose is. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool because you become a lighthouse. People start coming to you. Like you resonated with me as soon as you started talking, which is really, really cool because that's there. It's genuine. So I'm sure you're doing well, but how can we help you do better?
So right now we are recruiting for our program. We call it Fuerte, which Fuerte is a Spanish word that means strong. So the 10-week boot camp for the young girls is launching March 18th, and we run for 10 Saturdays in a row from 8 to noon. And so we would love to have 50 young women in that cohort. This is an act of faith. Last year, we only had 10 because it was our pilot program. But this year, we feel that we need to reach more young women in the program because we impacted the lives of 10 young women last year. And how great would it be if we could multiply that 5 times? So we're looking for our 50 young women to be in the program. And if they are interested in signing up, they can go to my website, latinasontheplaza.org. And this is the time to register for the program. There are scholarships available as well to cover some of the tuition.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're listening and you have a platform that reaches the people that we're talking about here, make sure that you invite, is it Luz? How do you say your first name? What is it?
Luz.
Luz? My
Luz?
goodness.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So make sure you contact Luz and invite her on your platform. Have her come speak it. I'm sure you'll go talk to people, right?
Good, yes.
Have her go speak to your groups or networks or whatever and help her reach her goal. It sounds like this is a fantastic program. I look forward to learning more about it because it sounds really interesting, and I know that people that we're surrounded by need this tremendously. So that's excellent. Did you put her website up there? Okay. So who are some great strategic alliances for that? Like who would you partner up with to help promote that kind of thing?
Yeah, so some of the local chambers in the Chicagoland area or even the suburban areas because, we're not only looking for those who live in the city, but also in the suburbs. Some of the park districts as well that serve the community. Of course, corporations, because we do have this young audience of 24 to 30. They're working, and some of them are working in corporate America. Educational institutions. So it's pretty broad. So those are kind of the areas that we think we should be tackling to find this audience.
Awesome. Yep. So
Great.
put it out there.
We're putting it out there.
Yeah, we're putting it out there.
If you guys know anybody in these industries or anybody who'd be a good candidate to be in these programs, please let us know. You can post it here, tag Luz, and or reach out to her directly and set that up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about you, Sue? Do you know Luz, Sue?
No, hi, Luz.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
Sue. I was upside down.
So tell us a little bit about what you do.
I founded a business entitled Ideal You Health and Wellness, which sounds a little confusing because it could be just about anything. But I am a nurse practitioner. I'm a family nurse practitioner, and I spent many years working in family practice and pediatrics, and you watch people become frustrated at the lack of time that you have to deal with their issues. And I found that the more I gave, the more they felt they were improving and progressing. And then you find out another day you only have 10 minutes. So for many years, I thought it would be fun just to be a health coach, to do exactly what I love to do and not prescribe medications, but really listen to people and find out what their real goals are. And so opportunity knocked, and I opened the door and walked in, and now I have a business. So yeah, I'm local. I'm not doing anything online at this point. So that's what I do.
Okay. So I mean, we talked about this a little bit, but what do you like most about what you do?
I think it's probably that people are improving, number one. And it's not really easy to empower people. It's hard work. You know that.
Well, you can empower people. I mean, that's the problem. They really have to empower themselves. It really is. It's just putting them in a position to do that. But go ahead.
Well, and I think most people don't understand what they need. I think we tend to have to ask the hard questions. The why do you want that? And my favorite is always the woman who's trying to lose a few pounds, and you say, why do you want to lose a few pounds? Well, to fit in my skinny jeans. Why do you want to fit in your skinny jeans? So I can. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I lost your faces.
Oh,
that's all right.
We can see everybody on Facebook, so that's all that matters. As long as you can hear us, we're all good.
Good, I can do that. So anyway, and then there's the why. Well, I want to appeal to the opposite sex. Well, why? And it kind of comes down to maybe they don't realize that they don't feel strongly enough about their own self esteem or whatever. So I mean, it's kind of like peeling the onion. I guess it's kind of an interesting process, and it's extremely rewarding when you see the light bulb go on and people understand what it is they maybe misinterpreted and why they maybe failed on the next fad diet. And it's interesting to understand what people need and give them some direction too, because not everybody can swing a kettlebell, and not everybody should be out running or jumping. And so we take those challenges and kind of work with them.
Yeah. So, if you look at those people, the ones that want to fit in the skinny jeans, or they experiment with a fad diet or whatever, what are they mostly? I guess if we looked at what they failed at in the past, like what do they fail at realizing the most? That'll actually get them over the hurdle, whatever that is.
Well, one of the biggest problems is people who are on the cusp of, their doctor's given them the talk, and they said, this is it. You're going to be a diabetic. You're pre-diabetic now. You have to lose weight. So they give them a whole prescription. Or I did the same thing. I sat in the chair and did the same thing. It's time to lose weight. It's time to quit smoking. And the tough part is, for most people, is not knowing what to start first, how to start it. They want they even want a prescription for the little steps that you provide along the way. But I think that the failure comes when they don't understand what it is they're failing at. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why health coaching becomes so important. You need to get at that. And find out, you can't quit smoking. Well, let's talk about that. I mean, a lot of people have been there, and it's usually got not a lot to do with the cigarettes. It's a brain thing. So the failures sometimes come from just not understanding your brain connections and what habits you've formed, and not analyzing maybe a little bit what you did in the past, what worked and what didn't.
Yeah, I think your point is just being overwhelmed when you get to that point, right? Like, oh, I need to lose weight, but I don't know where to start, or I need to stop smoking, and I don't like. I think that's why it's important to work with somebody like Sue, because she has those easy. Let's do this first, and then let's do that. You know, she knows the road to success, and to have somebody guiding you and just, you know, giving you those easy steps that aren't so overwhelming, I think is huge to success. So what would you, I mean, is that kind of how a program would look for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally a process, but I guess with my experience, I've seen what works, what doesn't, and if I understand somebody pretty well and what their goal is and that their goal is meaningful, then I can say, okay, this sounds like, go for Weight Watchers. That sounds like a great plan for you. But you know, some people are stuck on the latest, greatest. They want to try the paleo, or they want to try the, you know, apple cider vinegar 20 times a day, or they want to jump in and do this fad and do it all in, and it's really not what it's about. They really need to find out why. Yeah, what's the motivation there? If it's to fit in a bikini, you're gonna fail.
Did you say there's a diet that puts people on apple cider vinegar every day? Can you hear me?
Dr. Coop talked a little bit about that apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with a lot of things. The problem is we've all done it. We all jump into the wrong things. And
Good. So how do people get a hold of you, and what kind of programs do you like to, or what kind of people do you like to work with the most?
Can you hear us?
Well, I mentioned the pre-diabetics. There's a lot of them out there, and unfortunately, we're seeing them at a very young age. I'm a family nurse practitioner, so I can see, you know, infants on up. As far as health coaching, though, I wouldn't start with anybody until the age of 10. But that seems to be where most of the interest is in health coaching. You've gotten to sort of a precipice, and you're not really sure what you need to do. You've sort of got a prescription, but you don't know where to go from there. So that seems to be the catch-all. And I'm just passionate about childhood obesity, and I wish we had more programs. And I'd love to work with some. And by the way, you guys have the most fun and inspirational people in the co-op, and it's very inspiring. But I at some point would love to, you know, take this global mission of improving the health, the way we think about health, you know, on the road. Let's, you know, get it out there. I'm, you know, I'm local, and I know a ton of people in the area, and I have a lot of people that I know that all feel the same. And I just feel like the instability in our healthcare right now, you know, this could go anywhere. So why not start changing the face of healthcare? And, you know, while I'm just one person, I would love to see some kind of a bigger movement to particularly preventing childhood diseases related to obesity, and adults who are just struggling with their challenges after failing over and over again. And, you know, what are we doing wrong in our society? We have all the technology, but we're lacking, I think, some understanding.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think reaching out to Justin Coop and teaming up with people like him,
Right.
all the other wellness people that are in the co-op to start, there's a great opportunity for you guys to band together and say, this is what we care about, and let's see if we can push it out. And that's my goal with that wellness initiative, is to put together the people that are passionate and see what we can do to have an impact, an immediate impact on our communities. It's one thing to say we care about things. It's another thing to actually put it into motion. And so we'll definitely be doing that. And, you know, I can let them know, or you can reach out directly and let them know you're interested in doing that. I think he needs a little bit of a push, so go ahead and let him know yourself. If Justin's watching, you can thank me later.
Yeah, I wrote my first.
Okay. So what's the best way to get a hold of you, Sue?
Did we lose her?
I don't know. She's kind of on a delay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Les?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Of me? Oh, Luz, it's the whole name, L-U-Z, Canino, C-A-N-I-N-O, Baker, at me.com.
Okay. Great.
And you're in the city?
I'm sorry?
You're in the city?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm in the western suburb of Chicago.
Western suburb? Well, we're in the western suburbs. So you're not in the city, you're not in the metro area, you're in like suburbs somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I was going to tell you that we have a group in Chicago. I thought you were in the city, but we have another group in Chicago.
I go there a lot, and a lot of my constituents are there. So it's I grew up in the city of Chicago.
Okay.
Great.
Excellent.
Great.
Cool.
All right, Sue, can you hear us now?
I can. Sorry, I just lost you guys.
Yeah, that's okay. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
I have a website, www.idealyouhealthcoach.com. And I also have a business phone, 630-254-5620.
Right.
Great. So make sure you reach out to these two people. They are passionate about what they do. I think you should connect with the Chicago people too, though, Luz. It's Wendy Lee. Connect with Wendy Lee. She'll be a great connection for you because she's one of those powerhouses that knows everybody. And there's a great group of people, great group of women out there that can probably really help you. So
all right, great.
Reach out to her.
Thank you.
The only flaw that Wendy has, I hope you're watching, Wendy. The only flaw that Wendy has is, she's a real estate agent. So she, lists large homes, and she lists all the Chicago Bears that were good. Like she's moving all the good Bears out of the city.
They don't care about Chicago
I know that,
Bears.
but I'm just telling you, that's the only thing I have against Wendy Lee. Other than that, she's a great person, but she keeps moving the good Bears out of the city.
Well, soon she's going to start moving the good Cubs out of the city.
Yeah, she needs to stop
because
doing
that's
that.
what happens. Like when they win,
Yeah, they go away.
They go away, right? But unfortunately, the Chicago Bears hasn't won.
Yeah.
They just move.
They
They don't win first and then leave. They just leave. So
she lists big name people and moves my favorite players out.
Yeah.
So, other than that, she's a great person.
Yes, connect with her. I've actually tagged her in this group as well, so she knows you're on the lookout for her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, connect up with Justin Coop, Sue. We have connections with Peter Ruby in Plainfield too, and there's some opportunities opening up there.
Yes.
To be like an expert trainer and teacher. And so we're looking to kind of feed him some great people that have great subjects to talk on.
And are knowledgeable. Like he's looking for people just like Sue who actually know what they're talking about.
We want people that know what they're talking
We want
about.
experts there.
There's a lot of people that are a health coach out there, but I don't think they all have the backing.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're looking for the qualified people, and but we really appreciate you guys coming on. We got to go to a meeting early today, so we're gonna have to wrap this one up early. But reach out, meet some people. That's why we're here, is to introduce you to a couple of great people every single day, and let us know how it goes.
Great. And share out the broadcast.
Share the broadcast. Everybody share.
Yes. Thank you guys.
No liking it. We don't need popularity. We need shares. share.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Appreciate it. Take care.